nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call, please.
Sisson.
Here.
Zumwalt.
Here.
Garrell.
Here.
Huffman.
Here.
Hughes.
Present.
Garcia.
Here.
Holloway is not here, and Kellenberger.
Here.
All right, we have a quorum. Next up, I have the city report here, and I just have a few small items to note. Number one, some of you might have saw this. There's a sign in front of the old Sears hometown. There is a Five Below coming to Litchfield, and they put a sign up. The reason I'm saying it now is there's a sign in front of the building that says they're hiring. So, and they did apply for some, was it business?
Yes, I believe that was business district.
District funds, and the landlords have been working diligently for 6+ months trying to get this done, and we're super excited about the Five Below coming to Litchfield. There's a sign, and they are hiring, so that's great news. Another thing, speaking of Five Below, you probably noticed the weather's been wonderful lately. We went from freezing cold to warm, and I just want to thank the public for their patience, because what happens when you have hot to cold and vice versa is that's not good for your underground pipes. They move, and a lot of times you get some localized pipe bursts. So I want to thank the public for their patience. Our crews have been on that. We can't help the weather, it's just the way it works, and when you go from cold to hot, you have some of those issues. That's all I had. Was there anything else from the floor?
I did. I wanted to just real quickly, while we had the opportunity to ask Bree. So I've noticed yesterday I went out running because it's nice. It's in the 60s. I love being outside and being able to run. You know, some of the streets throughout Ward 3 have had some real difficulty with you know, just how things went. There's gravel washed off into ditches, and there's stretches of road where there's some pretty bare patches and things like that. So I know that we know that that's an issue that we're hoping to address. Can you maybe talk a little bit about when the city's hoping to fix that for Ward 3?
Sure, so we are meeting with HMG engineers next week. Doug is actually here tonight for Wildflower subdivision. We're going to be meeting with him to discuss a better plan for oiling and chipping roads going forward. We're also going to be discussing the best course of action for the wards that were, or for the roads that were oiled and chipped last year, to see if there's anything we can do to assist with those roadways.
Thank you.
Thanks for bringing that up. Any other comments? All right, moving on. There is no, did anyone sign up for public participation? Double check. Right?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, all right. Well, let's wait and let her get back here 1 second, my friend.
I didn't put my name on it this time.
Oh. All right, well, you know how it works, Mr. John Hannafin. You got 3 minutes, my friend.
Okay.
Let me do that.
How much are aldermen getting paid? My sister and I were talking whether it's $2,500 a year or $3,000 a year, and is it, do you have to attend every meeting or what?
Off the top of my head, I honestly don't, I'm unsure. I would need to look that up for you. It is not dependent on meeting
Yeah,
attendance.
pull up your.
$250 a month.
Okay.
Pre-tax. Before taxes.
$250 a month pre-tax, and it is not dependent on whether they attend meetings.
Okay, part of the reason is county board's got a vacancy since Andy Ritchie, who lived in Litchfield, is moving. So if there's any Republican that might want the job, they pay $60 per diem, and they're guaranteed, you know, a meeting plus committee meetings, so, and mileage, so.
Well, thank you for the sales pitch. All right, next up here, we're going to move on to other business. First, we'll need a motion to accept the regular meeting minutes from the February 5th, 2026 meeting. Can I get a motion to that effect, please? Alderperson Garcia, and I look like a second over there from Alderperson Kellenberger. Any discussion or amendments to those minutes? Roll call, please.
Garrell.
Aye.
Zumwalt.
Aye.
Hughes.
Aye.
Garcia.
Aye.
Huffman.
Aye.
Kellenberger.
Aye.
Sisson.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we'll need a motion to approve the expenditure report and payroll report for the current period, please. Motion from Alderperson Garrell. Can I get a second, please? Alderperson Huffman seconds. Any questions about the expenditure and payroll report? Roll call, please.
Garcia.
Aye.
Sisson.
Aye.
Garrell.
Aye.
Zumwalt.
Aye.
Huffman.
Aye.
Kellenberger.
Aye.
Hughes.
Aye.
Alright, motion carries. There is no old business. Moving on to new business. First on the slate, we have Alderperson Kellenberger, please.
I make a motion to approve a resolution approving authorizing the mayor to execute a facade improvement grant agreement with TKW Enterprises LLC for 413 North State Street and other actions related thereto.
Alright, we have a motion on the floor from Alderperson Kellenberger. Can I get a second, please? Alright, Alderperson Hughes seconds. Any questions about that facade grant?
Do we have, like, just so for the public's knowledge, do we have a sense of what they're hoping to put into that location in terms of business or?
Sure, so this is for the law offices of Glen and West.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion on that? Roll call, please.
Huffman,
Aye.
Kellenberger,
Aye.
Hughes,
Aye.
Garcia,
Aye.
Sisson, Garrow,
Aye.
Zumwalt.
Aye.
Motion carries. Alderperson Kellenberger, you're up again.
I make a motion to approve a resolution approving authorizing the mayor to execute a facade improvement grant agreement with Sharp Furniture Company Incorporated for 319 North State Street and other actions related thereto.
Alright, we have a motion on the floor from Alderperson Kellenberger. Can I get a second, please? Alderperson Sisson got her hand up first for a second. Any discussion on that facade grant for Short Furniture?
I just wanna say, I do appreciate the whole area that Chris has done in front of the Schwartz Furniture and looking down through that. I'm just really grateful. He's done a nice job of fixing that up, so I'm excited to see what he continues to do with this. I think this is great.
I agree. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Zumwalt.
Aye.
Huffman,
Aye.
Kellenberger,
Aye.
Hughes,
Aye.
Garcia,
Aye.
Sisson, Garrow.
Aye.
Alright, perfect. Alderperson Hughes, would you mind reading this one for me, please?
Absolutely. I'd like to make a motion to approve a resolution approving and authorizing the mayor to execute an employment agreement with Robert Carpenter for the position of chief of police.
Alright, we have a motion on the floor. Can I get a second from Alderperson Kellenberger? The floor is open for, discussion.
Could we start off with a letter from Alderman Holloway?
Yes, this is from Alderperson Holloway, and he wanted us to read it. He said, "Hello, I'm writing this email to read in my absence. Dear fellow council and citizens of Litchfield, I apologize for not being present tonight as I had a pre-planned trip scheduled. As a police liaison on council, it has been a great honor to work through the process of hiring our next police chief. This included not only myself, but the mayor, the city administrator, and the interim police chief, and a representative from the Police Chief Association. It is extremely important that we as the city get this right. First and foremost, I want to thank the mayor for casting a wide-ranging net for the best person possible for the position. The net was transparent, fair, diligent, and professional. Most importantly, above and beyond what a mayor is required to do. So for that, I thank you. Secondly, I want to thank all the great candidates for their time and effort. We were blessed to have wonderful candidates, both local and regional. Furthermore, I couldn't be more proud to have put forth a candidate as well-rounded as Rob Carpenter. He has flawlessly worked his way through the process. His resume, character, and peer feedback speak volumes. He is just what our city needs moving forward. We need a leader with experience that can mentor our next group of local leaders. This is the man for that job. So please, even though I'm not physically there, I am emotionally. I would greatly appreciate the backing of our future police chief."
Perfect. Thank you for reading that, and I just to kind of piggyback off that, we did spend a lot of time and effort, and we had a committee that talked to all these people, including the current interim chief, the Chiefs Association, because one thing I'm not gonna pretend I know is I don't know policing, so I needed police to actually help me in my decision process. I mean, that makes sense. You find an expert, you go to a doctor for your knee, go to a doctor for your brain, your knee, et cetera. So I think that we spent a lot of time on this. We spent a whole day doing interviews, a lot of communication with the council. I think the council spent a lot of time on this. We've talked to a lot of people. We have a great police force. First and foremost, I want to say that. The interim chief can speak to that. I'm super proud of our police force, and I think the future is bright. That's all I want to say, and I want to open up the floor for you if you have any questions, or if you're just ready to take the roll call vote.
I have one thing.
Mhm.
I think this gentleman is going to be fair, but I think he's gonna be firm. And basically that is what we need.
Agree. Anything else? I think we're ready for the roll call, please.
Hughes.
Aye.
Garcia.
Nay.
Sisson.
Aye.
Garrell.
Nay.
Zumwalt.
Aye.
Huffman.
Aye.
Kellenberger.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. Next up, moving on, Alderperson Zumwalt.
What did I do to you tonight?
You got a lot of things on here.
I make a motion to approve an ordinance approving the final plat for Wildflower subdivision.
All right, we have a motion on the floor from Alderperson Zumwalt. Can I get a second, please? Alderperson Huffman seconds. Any discussion about the Wildflower subdivision? It's coming along nicely, and I will say they have a great social media page. You can follow them, and get all the info you need about those lots. It's looking really good. Any further discussion?
I have one question. I read in the contract, that there's no swing sets allowed in the subdivision. Is there a reason for that?
Probably just so we didn't have swing sets along Clark Street, but it's probably something that can be changed at some point if there's.
I think kids need to be outside a little bit more than they are, and that would help a little bit.
No, that's good feedback.
And other than that, maybe in that, if they can't have individual swing sets, maybe a little park in that open
Common
area
area.
on the
Okay.
corner, so, that's all, I just saw that and thought that was a little strange, so, right, thank you.
Any further discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Kellenberger.
Aye.
Hughes.
Aye.
Garcia.
Aye.
Sisson.
Aye.
Garrell.
Aye.
Zumwalt.
Aye.
Huffman.
Aye.
Perfect, motion carries. Alderperson Zumwalt.
I make a motion to approve an ordinance accepting a surety bond for outstanding infrastructure and accepting completed infrastructure for Wildflower subdivision.
All right, we have a motion on the floor from Alderperson Zumwalt. Can I get a second, please? Alderperson Huffman, I saw her hand first. Any further discussion? Follow-up? Roll call, please.
Hughes.
Aye.
Garcia.
Aye.
Sisson.
Aye.
Garrell.
Aye.
Zumwalt.
Aye.
Huffman.
Aye.
Kellenberger.
Aye.
Motion carries. Alderperson Zumwalt.
I make a motion to approve a maintenance bond for infrastructure for Wildflower subdivision.
I have a motion from Alderperson Zumwalt. Can I get a second? Second from Alderperson Sisson. Roll call, please.
Okay, do we have any discussion?
Any discussion?
I wanted to ask one thing. So there have been, oftentimes we hear things, kind of rumbling through the community. There have been rumblings in the community that, money that's being spent or some of this, the tip that's been created out there. I just wanted to ask this since we're talking about a maintenance bond, I kind of thought they would dovetail here. That this is going to cause, some type of rise in taxes or, this may cause problems for school district finances, things like that. Can we address that? What's the issue there, or is there any concern that people?
Sure, so in order to facilitate a residential subdivision, the city council, at the guidance of myself, have established TIF number 4. So the way that a TIF district works, it's tax incremental funding. So essentially, whatever, anyone in that district was paying in property taxes before the TIF went into place, their property taxes are, frozen at that level for the other taxing bodies. Any increment that is generated, like any increases in property tax, then goes into that TIF district account. They are not taxed any more than anyone else in the city of Litchfield for being in that district. It's only due to natural increases that goes into the TIF district. So no, this does not cause any additional property taxes for anyone. Now, the area hopefully will go up in value, and everyone would be taxed accordingly. But no, the TIF district absolutely does not create an additional tax burden for residents.
And let me just make sure that this is clear. This is not will not cause any funding issues for the school district in particular.
No, so the school district, they are one of the taxing bodies that, they will receive the same amount of property tax within this district as they did before. They will not receive, for the life of the TIF district, for 23 years or until the council releases the TIF, they would not receive the additional increment generated. That being said, state statute does call for them to be entitled to a per new student fee. So we are actively working with the school district to enter an agreement with them to ensure that they are not affected by this.
Perfect. I was aware of some of those things, but I wanted to make sure that the public heard that information, so they had that in their ears.
Perfect, thanks for the clarification. Any other further discussion? Right now, roll call please.
Hughes,
Aye.
Garcia,
Aye.
Sisson,
Aye.
Garrell,
Aye.
Zumwalt,
Aye.
Huffman,
Aye.
Kellenberger.
Aye.
Motion carries. Alderperson Zumwalt, please.
I make a motion to approve an ordinance amending Appendix B, Appendix BS-2, special uses to change non-commercial recreational uses and clubs to recreational uses and clubs.
All right, we have a motion on the floor from Alderperson Zumwalt. Can I get a second, please? Alderperson Huffman seconds. And Brand, these next three kind of all have to go together. Would you mind just prefacing this for the?
Sure. So this is for 705 North Jefferson, the former Russell School. The building has been up for sale for quite some time. The realtor was approached by Perler Wrestling. They do wrestling camps out of Moscow Mills, Missouri. They are a very reputable wrestling facility. They plan on purchasing the building and hosting summer camps for their female wrestlers. They will also be hosting wrestling evenings, training camps, 2 evenings per week throughout the year for both males and females. We are very excited. They do generate a lot of hotel stays for the Moscow Mills area, so we are excited about the economic benefit. They've been great to work with throughout this process. They do need to have a text amendment and a rezoning and special use permit in order to allow this to occur. We are leaving this as single-family residential so that a commercial use couldn't come in later with no restrictions. The special use permit is non-transferable, meaning that if they walked away, someone else couldn't step in and do what they're doing with no regulation.
And I just want to make a note of clarity for the public, because it's come up in the past. This is a former school building. All school buildings are zoned, was it S1 for single?
In Litchfield, yes.
Yes, so all school buildings are zoned residential by default in the state of Illinois. Am I correct in my logic?
I'm not sure within the state of
But just in
Illinois,
our
or
area,
was it, yes.
in Litchfield, all right. So I just want to make that clear for the public. And then all these are just technicalities for the type of business. We
Yes.
need to amend our current code. Perfect. Any further discussion? Hearing none, can I get a roll call, please?
Garcia,
Aye.
Sisson,
Aye.
Garrell,
Aye.
Zumwalt,
Aye.
Huffman,
Aye.
Kellenberger,
Aye.
Hughes.
Aye.
Motion carries. Alderperson Zumwalt, please.
I make a motion to approve an ordinance rezoning 705 North Jefferson, PIN number 10-33-314-001 and PIN 10-33-314-002 from S1 single family to S2 single family.
Perfect. I have a motion on the floor from Alderperson Zumwalt. Can I get a second, please? Alderperson Garrell seconds. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Sisson,
Aye.
Garrell,
Aye.
Zumwalt,
Aye.
Huffman,
Aye.
Kellenberger,
Aye.
Hughes,
Aye.
Garcia.
Aye.
Motion carries. Alderperson Zumwalt, please.
I make a motion to approve a resolution making separate statement of findings of fact in connection with an ordinance granting a special use permit for recreational use in the S2 residential zoning district.
All right, we have a motion from Alderperson Zumwalt. Can I get a second, please? Alderperson Garrell has his hand up first for a second. Any discussion on this item? Roll call, please.
Garrell,
Aye.
Zumwalt,
Aye.
Huffman,
Aye.
Kellenberger,
Aye.
Hughes,
Aye.
Garcia,
Aye.
Sisson.
Aye.
Motion carries. Alderperson Zumwalt, you're up again.
I make a motion to approve an ordinance granting a special use permit to Perler Wrestling Inc. for recreational use, specifically a wrestling training center at 705 North Jefferson, PIN number 10-33-314-001 and PIN 10-33-314-002.
All right, we have a motion from Alderperson Zumwalt. Can I get a second? Alderperson Huffman seconds. Any discussion on this particular item? Roll
I just
call.
think it's gonna be a great use of that school building. Yeah, I really do.
I agree.
I'm glad to see it used for something, and our students to have some more things for them to do in town. It's so important for that to build, and we care about them. We're excited that this is here for them.
I can't say I've talked to a lot of wrestlers in the community, and they are all very excited, so. All right, roll call, please.
Sisson.
Aye.
Garrell,
Aye.
Zumwalt,
Aye.
Huffman,
Aye.
Kellenberger,
Aye.
Hughes,
Aye.
Garcia.
Aye.
Motion carries. Last one, Alderperson Zumwalt, please.
I make a motion to approve an ordinance amending city code title 15, is that right? It's been a long time since I've had Roman numerals, sorry. Land usage by repealing and replacing chapter 153, signs as provided herein.
All right, we have a motion on the floor. Can I get a second? Alderperson Hughes seconds. All right, the floor is open for discussion, and I will kind of if you want to kind of just preface this for what the zoning commission, planning zoning commission talked about and what this is.
Yeah, so last election cycle was brought to the city's attention that the city treats political signs differently in regulations than other temporary signs. Under the First Amendment, that's constitutionally unallowed because of the freedom of speech provision. So what the city has come up with is a plan to essentially treat all temporary signs the same. So with that, I know the ordinance in the packet has a couple different sizes, but what Planning Commission ultimately recommended, Planning Commission met on the 9th, and they recommended that to approve the ordinance with the recommendation that these signs be a total of 4 square feet, which is your typical real estate sign. So if this council would like to adhere to what the Planning Commission has recommended, there would need to be a motion to amend the ordinance to have the size be no bigger than 4 square feet.
And just to summarize, Alderperson Zumwalt was there as well at that meeting. So basically what was initially on the table was to have a maximum temporary sign, that's all signs, real estate signs, political signs, temporary signs that are in yards, okay, are allowed citywide, no permits required for that. Maximum size on the proposal we have now was 4 foot by 3 foot, or the equivalent area. What the planning commission wanted was the 4 square feet. That's their recommendation, and if we want to use their recommendation, we'll get that in a second. We need an amendment, all right? But I wanted to go over some other things. Some other things in the ordinance is there's a maximum of 4 temporary signs per lot. All right, so there's a limit in the amount you can have. Must be on private property. You can't put them on city ground. That's a long-standing thing. All right, churches, that kind of stuff. Must not block visibility or access. We got to keep the public safe. So in that planning commission meeting, their main concern is you know, if we did the 3 by 4, for example, that's a bigger size sign. And it could impede on public safety. It's larger than real estate signs, which are, when I think of temporary signs, that's the first thing I think of is a real estate agent sign. But the main thing I want you all to know is it needs to be universal across the board, whatever size that is. And right now, the planning commission has that 4 square feet, and if you guys agree with that, we'd need an amendment on the floor at some point. But Bob,
You're talking about 2 foot by 2 foot.
Correct.
And what would be the penalty if someone has more than the allotted amount of signs in their?
So then with that, right, they'd be in violation of the ordinance, and so the state of Illinois allows us to fine up to $750 per day that they are in violation.
We
What about
would
if you
handle
have
this.
5 different people running, and they have, each individual has a sign in that person's yard?
No, it would be capped at 4. I believe it's actually more restrictive currently. We would need to look at that. There is a current restriction in place. We would handle this like any other ordinance violation, so we wouldn't automatically jump to fining them $750 per day. Our code enforcement officer would speak them, give them a time frame to abide by our regulations. Typically that comes with a warning letter. And then if for some reason they just absolutely were not compliant, that's when we would then pursue code enforcement violations.
So even if it was an individual, I'll use myself, say, a bunch of people are running, I can only have 4?
Correct.
Okay,
It says per lot, though. Am I correct in?
Per lot, yes.
So yeah, if you have a house on one lot and a garage on another, it's 4 per lot, if that makes sense. That's the way I read it. Am I correct, Trent?
Yes.
Question. So, 2 foot by 2 foot, I mean, if that applies to everybody, what would be, say, like the KC sign there at the corner of the stoplights, where the old McCabe's used to be, they have a big sign there that says KC Fish Fry. And then you have the great big, banner at the community center for the music people that are coming.
This does not include banners.
So those 2 are considered banners.
It's a separate ordinance, correct?
And I'm
Yes.
trying to look up the
And
correct
it's considered a
restriction.
banner if what? It's held up by a rope,
We would have to look up, but that ordinance, you might have it.
Yeah, it's in here.
or if it has eyelets in it.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but yeah, there is some defining factors in that. You're 100% correct. But your base question, just while he's looking it up, We're talking about temporary signs, that's a different ordinance section. That would be banners and, et cetera. I'm not 100%
So
sure.
when say banners is 50 feet in length.
Yeah.
Yeah, so essentially what makes it a temporary sign is it's non-durable capacity, right? So I mean, your temporary signs is, but not planning commission, there's great extent, as to like garage sale signs and stuff like that. Things that are permanently fixed to the ground, those would not be considered temporary signs.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean,
We're not, but to answer your question, we're not talking about banners right now, that, we can look that up, but I
Okay.
mean, we're just talking about temporary signs.
so it makes it a sign if it's on two sticks and you poke it in the ground, that's, like most political signs, have the little wire frame.
And real estate signs.
And you,
Mhm.
that's would be considered a temporary sign.
Correct. Any further discussion on this?
So do you need me?
Oh, we need to do, if someone agrees with the planning commission's recommendation, we need an amendment to amend the current, presented ordinance with the 2x2 4 square feet per the planning commission, is that correct, Trent?
Correct, yeah, we would need a motion to amend the ordinance to reflect the planning commission's recommendation of a 4 square feet total. And the reason they didn't say a specific shape with that too, by the way, is just because in case someone went like an oval sign or a circle sign. That's why they went with the 4 square feet generic language to allow the individual to choose what shape of sign they would want.
But in general, a 2x2 would fit into that criteria.
Yes.
Perfect. So would someone like to make a motion for the planning commission's recommendation?
Oh, I can do that. I was there,
All right.
so.
A motion from Alderperson
We don't
Zuma.
have to do anything with the motion that's on?
No.
Okay, we don't have to vote on
This
it.
is the
or-
motion to
Amend.
amend.
Yeah.
I make a motion to amend the city code title 15 land usage by repealing and replacing chapter 153 with a maximum sign size of 4 square feet
For temporary signs.
for temporary signs.
All right, we have a motion, thank you. Can I get a second? Alderperson Hughes seconds. Any further discussion on that amendment? All right, so now we need a motion.
Well, we gotta do
We have to vote.
roll call.
Is it roll
Yeah,
call? Roll call on the amended version.
Vote on the amended.
Hughes.
Aye.
Zumwalt.
Aye.
Huffman.
Aye.
Sisson.
Aye.
Garrell.
Aye.
Garcia.
Nay.
Kellenberger.
Aye.
All right, motion carries on the amendment. Now, we'll need a motion on the amended version of the original, please. Is that, am I speaking correctly?
Correct, so now it's amended, so now we need a motion to approve the amended version.
Perfect. Can I get a roll call on that, please?
Well, so Sarah's, okay, yeah. Garcia.
Nay.
Garrell.
Yeah.
Zumwalt.
Aye.
Huffman.
Aye.
Kellenberger.
Aye.
Hughes.
Aye.
Sisson.
He took a little vacation there too.
Take a nap.
I think, did we need a motion to, in the beginning of that, anything with first and second for that?
Well, Sarah,
Yeah, we're good, yeah.
We're good.
Yeah,
Sarah
yeah,
made
yeah,
it.
motion.
I just wanna double check.
Yeah, cause that's where I was a little confused, okay.
Perfection. All right, moving on, Alderperson Garcia, you're up, please.
I make a motion to approve Durkett Equipment's quote to replace the wastewater treatment facility malfunctioning return activated sludge flow meter at a cost not to exceed $10,750.
All right, we have a motion on the floor from Alderperson Garcia. Can I get a second, please? Alderperson Garrell. Any discussion on this? Roll call, please.
Garrell.
Aye.
Zumwalt.
Aye.
Huffman.
Aye.
Kellenberger.
Aye.
Hughes.
Aye.
Sisson. Garcia.
Aye.
Motion carries. Alderperson Garcia, you're up again.
I make a motion to approve a resolution waiving normal and customary bidding procedures for phase 2 for the State Street Water Line Replacement Project.
All right, we have a motion on the floor from Alderperson Garcia. Can I get a second? I think I saw Marilyn's hand first there. I'll take her, Alderperson Sisson for the second. Any discussion on this?
We're waiving bids because they did phase 1 and,
Correct, they were the only bidder on phase 1.
okay. Just making sure.
And some of you may have the incorrect language, I don't know if you have the most current agenda. It's the same thing, it's just worded differently, we updated it to be a resolution.
Perfect. And Bill Greider, phase 1 is, we're on the home stretch.
Right, we should be finishing that up probably within the next week.
Great, glad to hear that. Is there gonna be any more blockages of State Street to your understanding?
Just temporary blockages, we have to, finish, capping off the old water main, to where it's no longer using water through that main. So at the intersections, we will be making some temporary road closures just at that intersection.
Temporary isn't like maybe a day or half a
Right.
day? Perfect, thanks for that update. Any further discussion on this? Roll call, please.
Garrell,
Aye.
Zumwalt, Huffman, Kellenberger,
Aye.
Hughes,
Aye.
Sisson, Garcia.
Motion carries. Next, we'll need a motion to enter into executive session as allowed under the Illinois Open Meeting Act as found in Chapter 5 of the Illinois Compiled Statutes, Section 120, to address these certain and restricted items. And Trent, would you mind reading those items for me, please?
Yes, discussion of minutes of meeting lawfully closed under this act, whether for purposes of approval by the body of the minutes or semi-annual review of the minutes as mandated by section 2.06 pursuant to 5 ILCS 120-22C21. The purchase or lease of real property for the use of the public body, including meetings held for the purpose of discussing whether a particular parcel should be acquired pursuant to 5 ILCS 120-2C5. Another one is the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of a specific employee pursuant to 5 ILCS 120-2C1. And finally, litigation when an action against, affecting, or on behalf of the particular public body has been filed and is pending before a court or administrative tribunal pursuant to 5 ILCS 120-2C11.
All right, thank you for reading that. Can I get a motion to go into closed session for those approved reasons? A motion, I saw Alderperson Sisson, and then, are you okay with the second? Alderperson Zumwalt with the second. Can I get a roll call, please, to enter into closed session?
Huffman,
Aye.
Garrell,
Aye.
Zumwalt,
Aye.
Kellenberger,
Aye.
Sisson,
Aye.
Hughes, Garcia.
Motion carries. We are now in closed session, so.
And before we enter, could we sign plots for these gentlemen real quick?
Yeah, that'd be great. No problem.
I think.
We got the big ones, all right.
Let me go
Yeah,
grab.
Official, official.
It was, let me just grab them. Dawn has some notes.